guys, so this week I'm answering your request for something absinthe-based and a chocolate cake, and we're putting them together to make chocolate cupcakes with a little surprise inside, topped with absinthe frosting. So the cake really isn't anything special. We're going to start by using a boxed cake mix, and then after we have everything mixed and we put it in the pan, I'll show you a little trick to making it super moist. So we're just going to follow the directions right here on the back and mix up this batter. Okay, so the cupcake tins are now full, and something that my mom used to do growing up, she was like a cake maker, and everybody thought that she did something really special to her cakes because they are the best cakes you'll ever have. But she always just used a box mix, and what she did differently is what I'm about to show you, and she called it like pounding the cake. So what you're going to do is you're going to lift up your cake pan or your cupcake tin and lift it about ½ an inch to an inch and then drop it. And you just keep doing it for a while. And what it does is it makes the air come up from the cake batter and brings all the air out, so your cupcakes or your cake is a lot more dense and doesn't have those air bubbles, so it stays very moist and just like you just pound the cake. And just because I can, I'm going to throw some chocolate chips in the middle of it. And they'll sink down into the middle of it once it's baking, which will be kind of a nice little surprise. Alright, and then we're going to stick it in the oven and bake according to the directions. And while the cupcakes are baking, we're going to start making our frosting. Okay, so to make the frosting, we're going to take ½ a cup of unsalted butter and melt it. And we're going to pour that in a bowl and add to that 2/3 of a cup of Hershey's cocoa powder. And then to that, we're going to add a little bit of this green stuff. You're going to do about ½ a shot or so of absinthe and just pour that in there. And then you're going to add about 1½ cups of powdered sugar and 1/3 of a cup of milk. And then with your electric mixer, you're just going to mix that up for a little bit. Remember to start on low so you don't end up with a cloud of cocoa powder all over the place. Alright, so as you're mixing your frosting together, you're going to slowly add a little bit more of your powdered sugar. Now I said to use about 3 cups, but you may not want to use that much. It all depends on the consistency that you want your icing to be. Alright, so we're going to add the last of our powdered sugar to our frosting and mix it in. Oh, that was like perfect timing. Sweet. Alright, so we finished making our icing exactly at the same time as our cupcakes were done. So I'm going to pull these out and let them cool, and then we're going to top them with our absinthe chocolate frosting. Alright, so our cupcakes are done. And if you want, you can take your frosting and put it in a bag and pipe it on top, but I'm going to do the easy route today. And just make them messy. Ooh, really messy. And since the absinthe has like a licorice flavor to it, it'd be really cool to stick like a piece of licorice on top. But I don't have any of that. So I'm just going to take some of these little chocolate sprinkles, throw them on the top, and there's our cupcake. So whether you're a fan of licorice or not, I think you're going to be a fan of these delectable devil's food cupcakes with absinthe chocolate frosting. So I'm going to finish frosting the rest of these, and I'll see you next week for more Bites and Foods.